guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we will be doing a full face of drugstore makeup. So I went ahead and did this really pretty minty green wearable eye look. I really wanted to keep it glam but minimal, very pretty, very cute. So this is the look that I have come up with. Again, this is using all drugstore makeup. There was a couple products that I couldn't use due to running out of it, but I will go ahead, you'll see in the video. I'm gonna go ahead and just explain what products I do love, why I love them, and everything will be linked in the description below. So if you want to know how I achieved this look using all drugstore makeup and all cruelty-free makeup, because you guys know I am a strong advocate for cruelty-free makeup. I love animals, I don't believe in harm to them, so this is all cruelty-free on my face. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy my video. Here we are bare-faced and we're gonna do a full face of drugstore makeup. I already did my skincare. My camera is actually on some of my skincare as my tripod, so I'll go ahead and link down below my favorite drugstore skincare items that are very affordable. I'm just gonna go right ahead and get right into the makeup. Alright, so for primers, I have two primers that I like to use. I like to use a tacky primer along with a smoothing skin blurring primer. The first primer I am going to go in with, everyone knows this primer, is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It works so good. I've tried, because it's supposed to be like a dupe for like the Milk something primer, and I actually prefer this one, not only because it's more affordable, but I just feel like the tackiness level is a lot better. So this primer, I know a lot of people are like, I don't want something sticky on my face, but it actually helps to keep your makeup locked on your skin. So that's why I like that one. It's in the name, Power Grip Primer. Your makeup will stick to your skin. And then I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer. If you can even see that. There. So I love this primer because it's silicone free and it really just allows to smooth your skin and creates a filter effect on your face. And it's of course affordable. So my all-time favorite brush to blend out foundation is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. You probably can't even see it, but it just looks like this. And then next, I just got this foundation like a week ago and I used it like 3 times and I am in love with it. It provides just the perfect soft matte finish. I love a soft matte base, which is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. There's Louis. I love this foundation. It works super well. I go ahead and I apply 2 pumps. And I'm gonna take the brush and we're gonna just distribute it all over my face. It also just provides this really nice coverage for my skin. And I just love it because it doesn't apply cakey. Like, it's very, I hate foundations that you can feel it on your skin, but this one is very lightweight and very, very skin-like. And then every time I'm done with that, I just go in with a beauty blender and just make sure there's no streaks and it's just all blended in nicely. So you see how it just provided this very pretty soft matte finish. My skin is looking very nice, very blurred. So now we're gonna do cream contour. I always like to do cream contour before concealer. I'm going to go ahead and use the NYX Wonder Stick. So it is a cream contour along as a cream highlighter. So we have the contour on one end and the highlighter on the other. I'm gonna go in with the contour. I don't know if you guys really care, but my shade is in medium. I don't know if that'll help anyone out. And I'm just gonna draw it on my face. I just went ahead and applied it to my forehead, my cheekbones, my nose, my jawline, and under my lip. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out. So the reason why I like this contour stick is because it just blends so easily, and look at that. It looks so pretty on the skin. Like, do you see the difference already? And then we're just gonna blend out the nose. But yeah, as I was saying, I really just like it because it's super creamy. It dries down, especially if you have a matte base like how I do, but it's still super easy to blend. Look at that. It literally only took me a few seconds to blend it in, and even when you blend it, it doesn't leave like any patchiness or dry, flaky looking. I've had contour sticks that like they blend it out really weird, but this one blends out beautifully. And for cream blush, I really like the e.l.f. Putty Blush. This one's in the shade Tahiti. It looks a little bit overwhelming, but it's actually really pretty. When you actually apply it on, it's very subtle. See? Super subtle. I don't even think you can see it on camera. But it's a very subtle color. And then we're going to do cream highlighter. I'm going to go in with the NYX Wonder Stick. I'm going to take the highlight side. I love. So if you guys know me, I love a matte base, but I love to glow in the right places, and that's where highlighter comes in. And same with this highlighter, it blends so incredibly easy. Look at that. Ooh. I'm just using this e.l.f. sculpting face brush to blend her out. Look. See how it just adds a really pretty glow? Okay. For concealer, I would normally use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'll try and put a picture over here. If not, it will be in the description below. However, I ran out of it the other day and I have yet to restock on it. But just because I do have to actually get ready. I have stuff to do today. I'm just going to use my Fenty Beauty concealer. I love this concealer. I swear by it. However, I know it's not drugstore. But another really good drugstore full coverage concealer is again the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo one. I'll go ahead and link it below. It's full coverage. The applicator is very big, so you really don't need that much product. And it comes in a bunch of shades, and I prefer the hydrating one over the regular camo concealer, only because as much as I said I love soft matte, which is what my Fenty Beauty one is, the e.l.f. regular concealer is a little bit too matte. Like, it's kind of drying under the eyes, so I like the hydrating one because the hydrating one isn't that like glowy. It's good for under the eyes. But anyways, just for the purpose of getting my makeup done, I'm gonna go on with my Fenty Beauty concealer, and I will be right back. Now to bake the face, I have two powders I would recommend. So first one, and this is the one that I will be using in this video because I like the finish of it. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder in translucent, so it's this big old thing. I love it because it's in the name, photo focus. It's picture perfect, picture ready, and it's just very blurring under the eyes and doesn't leave that patchy powder. We don't do that here. We don't. The next one is the NYX Professional Makeup Mineral Matte Finishing Powder. This one is in light medium. This one's also really good, but I kind of want to brighten my eyes just a tiny bit. I'm just gonna fix up any creases that might have happened. I'm gonna take a powder puff and we are going to bake under my eyes. And I like to go in the crease of my nose as well to prevent creasing over there. And I am also going to do my smile lines because I crease in my smile lines. So I'm basically going to make myself look crazy for just a moment. My forehead because I crease up there as well. And really bomb powder. I'm going to go ahead and just let it sit for a bit. I let my under eye sit longer than the rest of my face that I baked. So to blend it out, I love to use a powder foundation. So a really good drugstore one is the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. Looks like this. Can you talk about the packaging? I love just the simplistic white packaging. Super cute. Also, don't mind my nails. I need to do them. Now on camera, this probably looks like my shade, but it's actually not. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna use this today, but it's not my shade and I have places to be, places to go. So I need it to be matched right. But I do want to repurchase this in my correct shade. I know, it looks like it's my shade though. Don't be fooled, the camera's lying to you. This is not my shade. In person, it's a lot more pinky, but on camera it's looking a lot more warm, golden, but it's actually not. So again, that would be my pick for drugstore powder, but since it's not my shade, we're gonna go in with my good old Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and just blend it in. I'm just gonna fast forward the clips so you can see what I do. Oh, and for powder foundations, I love to take the e.l.f. Kabuki brush. Is it gonna focus? There we go. So I went ahead and blended in my bake with the powder foundation, but for under my eyes I'm gonna pack it in with this Real Techniques setting brush. And I know a lot of people usually sweep it, but I don't waste product. I tap it in. Next, we are gonna bronze our face because we're in need of it. I'm gonna go in with this limited edition Wet n Wild Bronze Glow palette thing. It's from the Stitch collection. So cute. So you see it comes with 2 highlighters, 2 bronzy shades. I'm gonna go in with the 2 bronzy shades and apply it to my face. These powders are, I wouldn't say they're extremely pigmented, but they're pigmented but easy enough to work with. They apply on very smoothly, and as you can see, I am tapping in the bronzer. I'm not rubbing it because I don't want to move around my makeup underneath. And then for my forehead, I like to just take the light one, apply it on my forehead as close to my hairline as possible so there's not like that gap. Same with the other side. Yeah, this bronzer just blends super easily, super nice. It's It's very soft, very blendable. And like, come on, it's Wet n Wild. It's super affordable and you get such good quality products. Then I'm going to take the light shade and I am just going to pack it on the sides of my nose. And I'm just squeezing the brush. I'm just kind of blending it. And then whatever's left over, I am going to apply it to my jawline to mimic a jawline. Blush, I have two blush options. I have a matte blush and then a luminous blush. So for the matte blush, the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Rosy is super pretty. It pairs really well with the e.l.f. Putty Brush in Tahiti. Look at that. Super pretty. And then for the luminous option is the Milani Baked Powder Blush in the shade Luminoso. This is very, very pretty if you want a sheen on your face. There we go. Anyways, yeah, so it's very pretty if you want a natural sheen on your face. It doesn't have glitters. It's just a very pretty like luminosity. Like you can even see it from here. Super pretty. I would go in with that one, but I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. one because it's the cheaper option. The thing I would say about these e.l.f. blushes though is they are pigmented. Sometimes I get carried away and I'm just, but you literally only need one tap and then you can apply it on. So again, I'm packing it on. I'm really focusing it on the higher parts of my cheeks and then I'm slowly bringing it in, kind of like a fade. And I'm also blending it in with the bronzer so it's not stacked onto each other, but it blends with each other. That's blush. For that, I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set. The only thing I don't really like about this spray is the mist. It's a little bit too harsh, which is why I do it before I do like my eye makeup and all that stuff, because it's a little bit too harsh, but it's very good. If you want a matte finish, this is it. It will mattify your face, and along with all the other products that I have used, I will probably only need to touch up like once with a blotting powder. But again, that's if any oils even come out. Other than that, I'm usually good for the whole day. So I'm just gonna fan that in. Now we're gonna get started with the eyes. Well, for my eyes, I love so much drugstore palettes. Makeup Revolution. I don't know if Morphe is considered drugstore. I've seen them being sold in Target, but Morphe is really good. There's a lot of really good drugstore palettes, but today I'm going to be taking the ColourPop Muse Moment palette, and I'm wearing a emerald green top, so I really want to play with these minty colors over here. It's so pretty. I love the minty shades. I love how it has like these peachy orange shades, some neutrals, and then that minty green. But again, we're going to go for the minty green. I love to start off with a transition in my crease. I can't do any eyeshadow look without it. So I'm going to take Soft Life. This is more of a like cool tone tan shade. I'm going to place this directly in my crease. I'm actually pretty new to ColourPop eyeshadows, but they're really bomb. They blend super nicely. The pigment is there. I'm just gonna take the mirror in my palette, my brand's palette. But anyways, yeah, they're just the right amount of pigment. There's little to no fallout, and it just, look at that. Oh, and did I mention it's affordable? I honestly don't even use that much high-end palettes. I really love drugstore eyeshadows. I think they work amazing. If I'm not using a drugstore palette, I'm most likely using an affordable palette. I barely own any high-end palettes. I can get the same thing at a cheaper price. Now we're gonna go in with the greens. I'm gonna go in with a little thinner blending brush, and I'm gonna go right in with this green shade, and I'm just gonna apply it in my crease. Oh, forget what I said about the powdery fallout from the eyeshadows. That one had a lot. There was a lot of kickback as soon as I applied my brush in it. Gotta make sure you dust that off. This is actually my first time using these green shades. I've used a bunch of their other colored eyeshadows and it was all good, but this one seems a little bit kickbacky, so we're gonna just try. Seems very subtle. We're just gonna build it up just a tiny bit. So it's very subtle and I kind of like it. Some might not like it because it is very subtle, but I know green eyeshadows are very hard to formulate. They're very hard to make. A lot of colored eyeshadows are very hard. And I know that because I've been trying for BRAZY Beauty High to have colored eyeshadows, but you really have to formulate that and take your time with it. Then I'm going to go in with that first brush that we used for the transition shade, and I'm just going to use that to blend out the edges. For my lid, I'm going to take this shade. Oh, there's names. This minty green shade in Not a Player. Trying to find a flat brush. I'm going to use this flat brush because I feel like it's going to pick up the pigment better. I'll be using the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. I'm just going to spray my brush with that to help pick up the pigment. And then I'm just going to take this shade and I'm going to apply it all over my lids. Oh yeah. Oh. Now I'm going to go in with this brush and just kind of soften the edges. Can you guys see? Definitely with that eyeshadow, you want to use it wet, especially with foil type eyeshadows like that, because this isn't just a regular shimmer, it is more of a foil eyeshadows. I love to use it with my brush wet with a setting spray because it just allows it to pack on better. It leaves it less messy and it leaves it more bright and pigmented. So I did try this eye dry and it ended up not really giving the effect like this, so I ended up just spraying my brush and going over it. But I love this. And then for under my eyes, I'm just going to go ahead and take this green shade and pack it on my lower lash line. Then to blend out my under eyes, I'm going to go in with Soft Life, which is that, I want to say it's actually like a really nice cool toned taupey color. I am just going to use it to blend out that green. My final thoughts on this palette. So this was my first time using the minty green shades. First few times I have used this palette since getting it, I have stuck with the bronze and the peaches. This was my first time using the actual color shades, and I have to say this shade, bomb. Use it on a wet brush and it is bomb on a wet flat brush. This shade, it's very pretty and it's very subtle. However, I don't think it's for everyone. There's definitely a lot of fallout, a lot of kickback. So as soon as you tap your brush in it, you just see a pile of powder just come up and you have to dust off that brush. It's still a good shade. Very nice and easy to work with. It's very subtle. It definitely doesn't apply as pigmented as it looks like in here, but I think for the price, I do recommend this palette. For eyeliner, I'm gonna do my winged liner. Everyone knows that's like my thing, a good winged liner. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. H2O Proof Eyeliner Pen. It is just a felt tip eyeliner. I like this eyeliner because it dries down matte black. It is waterproof. My eyes are very watery and it holds up to that. And it's pigmented. It is black. It's not like gray. It's full-on black and it goes on very easily. My eyeliner does take me a little bit, so I'm just going to speed up the process. So there is one eye done. Now we're going to do the other eye. So both eyes are done with eyeliner. Now for mascara, I don't know if they sell this in drugstores. At least over here they don't, but I got mine online on Amazon. It's super affordable, super cheap. It is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I love this mascara. It makes my lashes look so pretty. Doesn't flake throughout the day. Again, I have really watery eyes and this doesn't smudge or budge. It stays put. I'm gonna use this mascara. It's my favorite affordable mascara. And yeah. I know I've had so much questions from people on Instagram asking me like why I don't wear false lashes anymore. And I have quite a few reasons. The first reason is because I have, again, very watery eyes, and no matter what glue I used, the inner corner would always pop up and then it would make my eyes itch and my eyes would turn red. Lashes are poking at my eye. I just don't like it. Also, I guess I just kind of got over like that really big dramatic lash. I love to just embrace my natural lashes, and another reason for that is because I've gotten lash extensions and my natural lashes have fallen out. I've lost a lot of lashes, so I kind of just grew them back with my lash serum from my brand, which is sadly discontinued, but it grew my lashes back. So now I embrace my natural lashes. And I noticed ever since then, if I even try to put false lashes on, my natural lashes fall out. Even with mascara, I can't really put too much mascara, like too much coats, because my natural lashes are very different now since they've grown back. And again, my lash serum helped to keep them strong, but my lash serum is discontinued because as good as it wasn't selling very well. So I had to make that tough decision, which sucked because I swore by my lash serum. It worked so good. So now that I don't have it, my lashes are pretty weak. But yeah, so that's pretty much why I don't wear false lashes anymore. Mascara is done. You could probably actually see the mascara if I didn't have eyeliner, but I'm sorry, I can't go without eyeliner unless I'm doing a very like natural look, then yeah. But y'all know me, ever since high school, eyeliner was my thing. A winged liner. We are almost done with this makeup look, this full face of drugstore makeup. I'm gonna go back in with the, I'm I'm gonna go back in with the ColourPop eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna take this light mint shade in the shade Wait For It, and I am gonna apply this. This one's also really powdery. I'm gonna apply that in my inner corner. Because I want to stick with the minty green kind of thing I have going on here. Look at that. I'm going to take the same brush and I'm just going to diffuse the edges because I don't like anything looking super harsh. I like it to look all blended and nice. That is the completed eye look. For highlighter, I'm going to go in with the same palette. Wet n Wild has one of the best highlighters, I have to say. Wet n Wild and e.l.f. the best drugstore highlighters. Wet n Wild highlighters are really good. I'll pop a picture over here and I'll link it down below. Those are really good. But again, I don't know if this palette is still available, but if it is, these highlighters are super bomb as well. I'm gonna go in with this light gold one. And you guys know me, I love to go ham with my highlighters. I love highlight. The base, I like it soft matte. I don't like it I don't like it as a dry matte. I love soft matte. I think they call it like cloud skin, cloud makeup, whatever. But I love highlight in the right places. And I feel like when I do this, my skin just doesn't look super oily and super wet. I'm just not into that dewy, like all over dewy makeup look. I love to be highlighted in just the right places. So yeah, so do your makeup based on how you like, based on your skin type, the weather where you live. We are pretty much almost done. I just have my eyebrows and my lips to do. So for my eyebrows, they are already microbladed. So I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Clear Brow and Lash Mascara, and I'm just gonna go through my brows and set the hairs in place, but I'm also doing it to remove any makeup I might have gotten in my brows, because we don't want foundation eyebrows. Unless that's your thing, then go for it. And this is only like $3, or you can get it in a pack of 2 for $5. And then for lips, I already had my lip oil on. I did it with my skincare before I started my makeup. I'm just gonna go in with a Q-tip and clean off the edges where foundation, powder, all of that good stuff was on. So with this eye look, I want to go in with a warm nude. I don't want to go too cool toned or too warm. I just want to keep it like my lips but better. I'm gonna go in with Feminist Silky Lip Gloss by BRAZY Beauty High. I don't have any drugstore lip products, so I'm gonna do an affordable lip product, and that is by my own brand, BRAZY Beauty High, and this is in the shade Feminist. It is the most perfect warm pink brown nude. The OGs who have been here from the beginning, I had a lip gloss that looked just like this, or not like this, but same shade in the Baddest. This is literally the Baddest, but it's just renamed and it's more pigmented and a lot more creamy. Look at that. Look at that. And no stickiness. We don't do sticky over here. Look at that. It looks so good with my eye makeup. This, if I had to choose one of my lip glosses from my brand that goes with every single makeup look you can think of, dramatic, colorful, neutral, natural, soft, anything, it's gonna be Feminist. Feminist is very universal. It goes with any skin tone, any makeup look, even no makeup. This looks very pretty with no makeup, like just some skincare and gloss. Anyways, so that completes my full face of drugstore makeup. I was gonna straighten my hair, but I think my hair is fine. That was my full face of drugstore makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I had so much questions about good, affordable drugstore makeup because we want to be bougie on a budget, and this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video.